How are we, everybody? Chris here from All Leeds TV to chat to you about the upcoming game versus Watford. It's almost a must-win, right? That's how it feels. I think after the disappointment of the West Ham game and how close we came to getting something, and after that first half, I was all thinking that potentially it was going to be our first win of the season, and it was a shame to see us drop off, right? I'm doing this post Bielsa presser, unlike the last match preview, because he announced all kinds of injuries, and my first 11 was nowhere near what it should have been. So I think the announcements out of the press today, the positives first. Obviously, Pascal is back after his 3-match ban, although when we get to the starting 11, I'm not sure he'll start. Diego Llorente is fit and available, which is great news. I think most fans agree that when he is fit, he's our best centre-back, and we look a better team with him in there. And the other real positive bit of news is that Rafinha seems to be recovering well from his injury and will be available as well to play against Watford, which is obviously great news, because when he came off against West Ham, I think we just lost all idea of how to attack. So yeah, that's the good news. I think negatives, excuse me, Patrick Bamford continues to be out and potentially will be out for a couple more weeks. Luckily, we've got the international break now, and obviously he's not been named in the England squad with him being injured. So a chance to rest up for Patrick and get fit and good to go for after the international break. And Luke Ayling is out as well, along with the usual one of Robin Koch, who's still struggling with a pelvic injury of some sort. And I'm not sure about for injured, not injured. Who knows? It's a guessing game with him. Let's hope he's fit and can play some part, and at least build that bench, make that bench a bit stronger. So with all that in mind, let's go through what I think will be the starting 11. So this is what I expect, not what I pick. So clearly Meslier in net, who is arguably, along with potentially Rafinha and Calvin, our player of the season so far. Kid just gets better and better, doesn't he? There's going to be big teams sniffing around him in the summer. I don't think he'll go anywhere, not this summer, but there'll be big teams sniffing around for him. At right back, I've gone with Jamie Shacks. I think he's done enough in the games he's played, whether it be pre-season or the games he's played during the season. His energy is great. He's getting up and supporting Rafinha, which we haven't seen too much from Luke Ayling this season, which is unlike him. So Shacks at the back, Llorente straight back in for me, with just a better outfit with him in there. I think everyone's agreed on that. Next to him, I expect Coops to start. Now, my choice would be Pascal. Now, that's not me throwing shade on Coops like a lot of people do you know what I mean? And League One Liam and all this. I don't agree with that sentiment at all. I just think as a centre-back pairing, I really like the look of Pascal and Diego Llorente. Now, at this point, let me caveat here that Watford might play two up top. I don't know anything about Watford apart from Sar's their danger man. So I don't know anything about them. I've not watched, I don't think I've seen a game of theirs this season yet. So they might play two up top and we might go three at the back. I don't know. If that was the case, I'd fully expect Coops, Pascal and Llorente all to start as the three. And then Shacks and Firpo on either side as wing backs. But we'll carry on with us playing four at the back. That's what I'm going with. So next to Coops, then, who I think will get the nod ahead of Pascal, Junior Firpo, yes, not the best start to the season, but he's been bench warming before he came to Leeds, and it's going to take him time. And I think we need to give him that little bit of time. As long as we see improvement, right? It can't go on forever. We can't forgive forever, but we're 6 games in. and I think he'll come good. So let's hope for a better performance from Junior this weekend if he starts. At CDM, he's obviously Calvin. Had a quieter game against West Ham. Very rare that Calvin goes 2 games and isn't great. So fully expect him to take full ownership again this weekend against Watford and run the game. We love Calvin, right? We don't have to say too much on Calvin. Ahead of him, Click and Dallas. And I think that's forced, really. There is arguments, again, for a Joffy or someone like that, of course, but this is what I expect to see. And that is, I think, Stewie and Click in those 2 centre midfield roles in front of Calvin, which isn't too bad, right? Against Watford, who are probably more an industrious team, largely, than Clicky and Dallas, 2 industrial type players. So that playing Watford might suit them too as a centre midfield pairing. And I think we're seeing certainly large parts of the Mateus Click we know and love from previous seasons now. Let's hope this is a game where Stewie D finds a bit of form as well. Because, I mean, last year's player of the season, fantastic footballer. And something just doesn't look quite right yet this season. But Bielsa said he's been seeing improvements from him day in day. And, you know, I think Stuart's mentally strong. So he'll come good. Let's hope it's this game. So the front 3 then, I fully expect Jack Harrison to be back in from the start. Again, that's not throwing shade on Dan James. I just think, again, like any new signing, he needs a bit of time to bed in, get used to the Bielsa way, what Bielsa wants. He's had to play recently, obviously, because of Jack getting COVID and stuff like that. So I fully expect Dan James to drop to the bench, and I think he's a great option off the bench. You know, last 20 minutes, a tiring defence, just unleash him with that pace and see what he can do. But my front 3 would be Harrison, obviously Rafinha, who just lit that first half up against West Ham. And if his second shot, which hits the post, goes in, it's a very different game. But absolutely, I think almost unplayable from what I've heard in that first half. And he's great when he's in that mood, isn't he? So fully expect him to pick up the mantle again and go with it. And Rodrigo up top, obviously with Bamford being out. Now, this is an ideal opportunity for Rodrigo now. I think his last 2 or 3 performances have been better. More of what we expect to see from him. I think, again, first 60 minutes against West Ham was very, very good. A lot of people throwing lots of praise at him. Now he needs to go and get the goal or 2 against Watford and really fire his season off now. I think if Paddy's potentially, you know, going to miss the Saints game or even the Wolves game, Rodrigo needs to bag. There are some young kids knocking on the door now. And what he doesn't want to do is all of a sudden find himself behind one of those as well, you know, a Joffy or a Sam Greenwood or someone like that. Obviously, I think special mention needs to go here to Charlie Creswell, because if he doesn't play, he's very unlucky not to play. He got turned by Antonio. I think a lot of people gave him a lot of praise against West Ham. And I think for large parts he was good, big, strong, loves a header, all that. And Mikel Antonio is on fire this season. But I think some people forgetting that he did get turned a few times and all the rest of it. And that, again, I'm not ripping him here. From what I know, he had a very good game, but probably not quite as excellent, I think, as some people making out. So I do think Bielsa will drop him for that experience of Llorente. Can't argue against that. Llorente's been really good when he's been in, hasn't he? So, and I think Charlie will find himself back on the bench. And he's got that one game under his belt now, and there's more to come from Charlie Creswell. He will get more game time this season without a doubt. Bielsa's seen him up close now in a Premier League game. I think we can all probably agree that Llorente won't see out the season without another injury or two or more, which is a shame because, like I say, when he's fit, he's superb. So Charlie Creswell will get more time. He will be unlucky if he is dropped, but I think it's expected if Llorente is fit enough. Who knows? It might be that Bielsa starts Creswell and just says, gives Llorente another bit of time just to get up to speed, sits him on the bench in case we need him. I don't know, but I'm expecting Llorente to start, so we'll see. And that's it. As far as the game goes, we've got to win this one. We've got to get a win under our belts before this next round of internationals is upon us. Find that 6-point mark, and then thing is, then you say if we win, the international breaks come at a bad time because we just got the first win under the belt. But we'd rather win than not win, right? So let's get a win under our belts. Go into the international break with a bit of confidence. Hopefully, get all the boys who are travelling away on international duty: Calvin, Liam, Stuart, many others. I think Rafa's been picked for Brazil again. I'm not sure what the score is with the Brazil stuff now after the absolute debacle last time. Hopefully all those boys have a good international break, but come back fit and not broken. We need everyone this season. I think that's completely obvious. And then we can really hit the ground running post-international break and score some decent points with Saints and Wolves and Norwich on the horizon. So yeah, feeling more positive. I was a bit crestfallen after the West Ham result because I think we were slightly unlucky not to come away with anything. You may call that white tinted specs, whatever, but who knows? It's a game of opinions, right? But we know we've got enough in the tank to go out and beat a Watford. We've just got to do it now. So no illusions that it's an easy game. No illusions that we're going to steamroller them. Let's see the Leeds United of the first half versus West Ham. And if we see that Leeds United for 75 plus minutes, then there's more than enough there to beat Watford. We've had an okay start to the season. Let's not forget that. They're riding the crest of the wave, coming up, promoted from the Championship. And it's down to us to knock them off the perch a little bit. And that's not me having a dip at Watford in particular. I'm just saying it would be for any team, riding that crest of a wave. It happened to us when we came up. Teams were coming at us, finding it really hard to play against us, and they wanted to knock us off our pedestal because we were playing so well. So it's down to us to go at them. I'm sure we will. I'm sure the boys will be fired up for this because I think there's a lot of probably pent-up frustration and anger at not getting anything out of the West Ham game. So yeah, fingers crossed we can talk at the end of the weekend of a more positive result. I'm away all weekend this weekend. I'm down in Birmingham at the Arnold Sports Festival, so I won't be at the game. Some of the rest of the gang will, though. So if you're about, make sure you keep your eye out for them. Fingers, toes, everything, eyes crossed for a good result. And hopefully I'll catch up with you all maybe Sunday, maybe Monday when I'm back. It depends how delicate I'm feeling after a couple of nights of drinking beer and stuff. So have a great finish to the week, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're very nearly at 23,000 followers now, which is superb. Thank you for everyone who's already on board, who contributes in the comments or comes on the fans post matches and stuff like that. Leave your expected 11 in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking about the game, what your score predictions are, all the rest of it. I promise I do read them. You're not just talking to yourself in there. And let's go out and get 3 points. Have a great week. End to the week, everyone. I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.